Salve a tutti ragazzi, bentornati su Di Tutto un Tubo. Siamo qui su Starfield e continuiamo con la nostra missione sui terrormorfi o una roba simile ad Alien e dobbiamo scoprire che cosa sta succedendo nel pianeta dove ne abbiamo trovato uno che ha avuto diciamo così, un'evoluzione più strana del solito. E quindi dobbiamo capire che cosa sta succedendo e per fare questo dobbiamo riuscire ad accedere agli archivi dei terrormorfi, che però potrebbe essere una roba un po' ostica perché questa ragazza qui ha un passato un po' incasinato con col gabinetto, appunto, e quindi adesso dobbiamo testimoniare per riuscire ad avere accesso a questi archivi. Vediamo.
Welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Allora, ha spiegato chiaramente che questo problema deve essere affrontato con massima urgenza.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hoped. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's terrormorph data. Current a request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Stiamo ancora cercando di capire cosa abbiamo davanti, non possiamo prendere una decisione senza dati. Ci servono i dati negli archivi per trovare il modo di fermare una potenziale apocalisse di terrormorfi. Io sono qui per raccontare quello che è successo, quella con i piani grandiosi e Adrian. Ricordatemi ancora cosa è stato chiuso in quegli archivi. Di fermare una potenziale apocalisse di terrormorfi.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terrormorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a...
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant... I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terrible...
Ha distrutto una colonia prima ancora che questa si accorgesse di lui. Se solo quello... il suo tessuto corrisponde ai campioni di Londinion. No signora, niente di speciale da segnalare. Il suo tessuto corrisponde... No,
that is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties... But if there's another attack...
Yes, a fine. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far...
Se c'è la possibilità che quello che è successo su Tau Ceti possa accedere altrove, la richiesta deve essere accolta. Sì, se il timore è che si possano produrre armi, il programma di terrormorfi è stato un fallimento. Ah, ecco. Questo qua.
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision of this magnitude.
Ma cosa stai dicendo che devo rispondere così?
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that.
That point is a good one.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections...
Attention. An
Oh cacchio.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
Cioè, ragazzi, questa missione è più bella della missione della campagna.
Terrormorphs.
Terrormorphs. More attacks.
No, dai, che figata.
Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly.
Ma ci penso
The
io.
last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Basto io.
Admiral Rogan, the local barracks can provide support.
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Via. Oh, facciamo dare un po' le manine. Ah, li stanno... Ah, ho capito, ho capito, ho capito. Devo usare l'arma fucile d'assalto? No. 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 Devo usare... Aspetta, devo usare questo. Forse per... Aspetta, aspetta, aspetta. Forse devo usare questo? Ok, devo usare quest'arma qua per fermarli praticamente.
Thank God you got here when you did. Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here. Or you could have used the EM gun like you were ordered. These are lives you're playing. Now,
Ma l'ho fatto.
Officer, the way those people were acting.
I don't know.
Ma non
We
li ho
tried to
uccisi.
restrain them, but some of the other officers...
Vabbè, ma
Demonic projection. Some terrormorphi.
fai come cazzo ti
It affects
pare. Tanto.
everyone differently, but some people just
Ma
kill
sì, mi
more
stai già sulle
and
palle.
break the hold. But this means we're gonna
Io avrei voluto uscire e andare direttamente
Let's do it.
il coso, però...
That's unlocked.
Ah, mi interessa, io ammazzo tutti. Cazzi loro. Chi si para davanti a me morirà. Vieni qua, bestiolina. Ah già, ma aspetta, abbiamo la nostra super arma.
officer. Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Vai, ci penso io.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word.
You two have any experience with terrormorfi?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to...
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your...
We're not UC security.
Faccio tutto io.
We're on the line.
Faccio tutto io perché sennò va a finire che mi devo occupare anche di loro e c'è un casino poi. Anzi, aspetta un secondo, va. Volevo provare... Aspettate un attimo. Vediamo se funziona. Sfasamento, manipola il tempo, rallenta in modo circostante tutti coloro che ne fanno parte. Proviamolo. Non ho ancora provato. Non so quanto duri come tempo. Ci arrivo a colpirne uno da qua? Oh, così non abbiamo problemi.
I don't want to think what would have happened if...
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terrormorphs have been... Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Bene. Madonna, che buco che ha fatto. Il problema è da dove cacchio sono saltati fuori su Jameson. Allora, vediamo un po' se posso andare un attimo alla loggia. Ah, già, è vero. Vabbè, fa niente, tanto ci arrivo vicino forse. Che strano però questo attacco proprio adesso. Ah, è tutto chiuso, non ci si può arrivare. Ok. Comunque io prima non ho capito perché mi ha rimproverato che ho ucciso della gente, ma non l'ho uccisa. Gli ho dovuto sparare per forza.
Captain? Hadrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for this. Your concerns about the...
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only... Now, today's events, you will have our full support in collecting the terrormorph data from the archive. But to accomplish those goals, we're going... As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you...
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to commit... Someone who knows precisely the sorts of data. The cabinet wants you, Captain. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your... So... I'm glad to hear.
Allora sì.
Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Well, you should be able to find her in her office. And on behalf of the whole of...
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
There are so many different groups across the settled systems. It's hard to
Ok,
keep up.
allora dobbiamo parlare con la tizia.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
Ah, gli stava parlando.
That
Ma
must
dai.
make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs.
Sono di
I'm
qui.
Deputy Chief. I heard you were instrumental in protecting. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to. We're going to do everything in our power to make. And that means first getting you into the archives.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you... Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code. UC. Free.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Farouk. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier.
Non sembra certo facile. No, vabbè.
I couldn't agree more. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get...
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Farouk?
Parlami del Freestar.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran.
Il solo scopo della sua vita è rendere orribile la
And
nostra.
her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
If Sam is any example of how stubborn the Freestar people can be, then I can imagine how difficult it must be.
Now, officially, our office is
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on...
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, We recovered some intel, but there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work. Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the... He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information, and someone who very All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a...
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here.
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn. It does. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually... His public appearances were always rare, but scans of the facility show life signs, but...
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties.
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard for us to verify. The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proved... But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city.
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, and fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already... I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still... Be smart out there, Captain.
Che casino! Allora, molto figo, molto figo. Allora, facciamo prima...
Okay. Hello.
Facciamo prima quello dei freestar.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you.
Allora, per andare nei freestar... Ah no, ferma tutto, ferma tutto, ferma tutto. Devo andare alla loggia prima. Devo andare alla loggia. Perché mi manda qua? Devo andare alla loggia io. No. Ah già, non posso viaggiare. Oh, ma che due palle. Che due palle. Questo coso.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial.
Ah, ma è qui la cosa del collettivo. Ah, no, io pensavo dovessi andare chissà dove.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead, and I'll follow.
Allora, però c'è scritto...
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
Però c'è scritto di trovare un tizio... Di trovare un tizio che si chiama, non mi ricordo più come...
Security and they still can't protect their own spaceport.
Eccolo, è lui.
Fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. And, like, I've got you to thank for things.
Hai avuto avere una zona di guerra. Stavo solo facendo, Ho molto rispetto.
Wow. Then... But look, they said you were... The ambassador likes to handle all that, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so... You should...
Si direbbe che tu possa fare di più, molto di più, tipo lavorare con me. Siamo ben consci delle tue capacità, signor Long. Per questo Giussi mi ha mandato a parlare con te.
You...
Oh, adesso mo ce lo facciamo amico, così.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
Così mo ci facciamo una chiacchierata.
So you want me to work?
La tua scheda indica che sei un diplomatico di rilievo, Lucy vuole solo il meglio. Ci serve aiuto per prevenire gli attacchi e non ci aspettiamo il sostegno dell'ambasciatrice.
That's a pretty safe assumption. And so then.
Devi farmi avere il codice di accesso. Devo cedere i suoi alloggi senza farmi notare. Puoi farmi avere accesso alla macchina del codice degli archivi?
Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Her quarters, and you, and the use.
Il diplomatico ti assumerà come agente.
Oh, wait, I thought you were looking to hire me. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you... Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering, or I'll keep an ear out.
Che merda. Che merda. No, 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 no. Allora, aspetta. Cos'è che devo fare? Che non ho capito. Buongiorno. Allora, non penso che io possa farlo così semplicemente. Allora.
Sounds like it was a real mess down in the space.
Allora, in teoria devo andare lì sopra. Se riesco. Ok, allora, io sono arrivato da lì.
Is it really necessary for you to drag around all that gear?
Allora, io direi salviamo. Perché se no... guarda lì che cosa c'è. Io vorrei provare a fare una cosa. Vorrei provare a fare una cosa. Però mi sa che non funziona.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
This area's off limits. Hey, you're in a restricted zone.
Sono ancora qui. Ma scusa, no, c'è qualcosa che non va. No, non ho capito.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
There. Something's wrong.
Ah, forse era di qua.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
È proprio stronza. No, che bastarda.
It's not like anyone would miss him, Eva. I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
Ma si è messo a dormire. Ma c'è l'arma piantata. Vabbè. Salviamo. È una stronza questa qui. Cioè sarebbe... ucciderebbe più di riuscire a... Che puttana. Ma è una puttana. Ma... Ma gli ho appena rubato una pianta.
You're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. You have my thanks for what you did down there, true. Now, she also mentioned that now the UC wants terrormorph data from the Armistice archives. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to feudal...
Ci devi aiutare, altrimenti le prossime morti saranno la tua coscienza. No, mi hanno proprio mandato a implorare, per favore, per favore.
Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and... You're really gonna push this? All right.
Allora, lo proviamo così.
The warmongers of the UC will find a way to make it. I suppose you're right.
Ma non ce lo farò mai.
You think this is a... Captain, I'm sorry, but my...
Vabbè. Allora utilizzeremo un altro modo.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear? Excuse me? No. If the council found out... Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us... Good. I appreciate you working. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. I can only let you get the information on the terrormorphs. Anything else in people. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers, but those two items should be enough to allay. Good.
Brava, ho visto che hai capito.
Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot in...
It is reassuring to know there are code generators just this way. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all.
Che stronza, avrebbe ucciso per prendere il posto nell'ambasciata, cioè nel gabinetto. Sta stronza.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. It is
There's a
reassuring
huge
to know
difference
there's
between
still
being
some people in
prepared
this
and
universe.
carrying too much.
I appreciate you being flexible.
Ah, quando passerò un altro universo questa la vengo a ammazzare. È troppo stronza. Mamma mia.
I'd be interested in.
Have you ever heard one of his sermons?
Hey, no funny stuff with that douchebag.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy.
Madonna, che schifo.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire
Sì, ma
embassy.
qui non è rimasto nessuno. Allora, vediamo se magari riusciamo a disattivare. Allora, ricalibra impostazioni, rimuovi, conferma, attiva torrette,
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It would actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking my way. I don't stock up on
Ma che è?
junk.
Ma sono persone queste? Che cacchio sta succedendo in sto posto? Ricalibra impostazioni. Ok, rimuovi, conferma, attiva. Cioè, ha fatto impazzire tutti sta cosa. Ma allora. Allora, vediamo. Facciamo questo. Boh, già sbagliato. Va là. Ce n'è uno. No, ho sbagliato pure questo. Interfaccia di controllo torretta, nessun segnale. Ma allora va a fanculo. Vedo del sangue, non è una buona cosa. Ferma tutto, ferma tutto. Non l'avevo neanche vista, sono andato a occhio. Ma allora, che due palle. Sento un rumore di... Ecco, appunto. Ma st'arma è fichissima.
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
So,
It seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Cioè, non potevi farmi entrare prima senza tanti casini?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. Tell me, though, what is it like outside? Has the rest of the city suffered quite... Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's Grave. You were sent by the UC. That much is... And the broadcast spoke of terrormorphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all... So the UC requires information, then.
Useremo i dati negli archivi per comprendere meglio e fermare questi attacchi.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. But if I am to grant you for years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil end.
Bisogna sapere come andrà a finire.
We'll do everything we can to make...
Well, please.
Ce lo darà senza rompere le palle?
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
E ce l'abbiamo fatta, ragazzi.
Have House Varun be known only. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. House Varun committed it. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent. So, when...
Io vorrei sapere di più di quest'albero, però. Che cacchio è successo? Però, non me lo vuole dire. Tienti i tuoi segreti. Ah già, adesso devo farmela a piedi. Ma però c'era sto... Volevo provare a fare una cosa. Chiave, macchina del codice. Ma non ha la chiave. Dai, madonna, certe volte si incastra. Vabbè, pazienza, ce ne freghiamo. Ma non capisco se queste sono persone o manichini. Bah. Bene, abbiamo ufficialmente tutti i pezzi del puzzle.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Keep it moving.
Hey.
Captain. Oh, wait. Did you actually? That's incredible. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precise. Regardless. And now, I've already arranged. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just absolute best.
Bene.
Yes?
Oh, voglio proprio vedere cos'è che c'è dentro sti archivi. Ho sbagliato tasto.
Trees here are quite...
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis.
Allora, curioso, molto curioso. Allora, basta entrare.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archive.
No.
You will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
If you're overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
Molto interessante. Voglio proprio capire cos'è che c'è scritto.
Captain, can I help you?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
There you are. Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain,
if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the... Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things.
Indeed. The most important of which is...
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
E dammi sta cittadinanza. E dammi sta cittadinanza. Che così mi posso comprare la casa. Se no mi tocca vivere sull'astronave.
Hello.
Dove cacchio siamo? Ah, che figata. Mi metto davanti perché sennò si bugga, lo so già.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a... Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United... Here, your official ID. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has and they've stated they'll only share it with you. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strict... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time
Se mi lancio da qui arrivo prima? No, mi sa di no, Chi che dovrà parlarmi? Mistero. Ma esisteva anche prima una sottosezione 7?
Lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets. I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Madonna, che roba segreta. È una prigione.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? I'm Francois Sanon.
No!
Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
Uno dei fantasmi più chiacchieroni che ho incontrato. Senon, il cognome di Adrian.
Captain, please. There are no... Which, right now, means finding a way to protect the United... An effort you and my progeny, Hadrian, have already made impressive progress on. Though I am curious. Has she shared with you the nature of our... little family?
Potete chiamare quello che avete voi due una famiglia.
Did she? So willing to trust. Our relationship has always been. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training. But the universe cut all that short. Now, and I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
Adrian, io ce la chiamiamo benissimo per conto nostro. Non capita, eh? Ti ascolto.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios, with quite a few successes, I might add.
Tanti successi aggiungerei.
But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable men. I'll tell you where they are. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, but I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him. I'm not expecting he'll come bring me evidence that the job's done. Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at law. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat. Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, and this...
Vai.
According
Good.
to my information, he's been hiding around the world of it. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard. One Captain Mark.
Bene. Molto interessante. Che posto, ragazzi. Massima sicurezza. Rubiamo un bel pollo marinato, cosa ne dite?
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Let me guess. See you soon, love.
successo.
You're cleared for entrance.
Andiamo all'atrio.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.
Quindi in teoria dovrei andare su... Dovrei andare sulla Den? Però prima facciamo una cosa. Allora, qua siamo... In teoria di qua dovrebbe esserci la loggia. Sì, dovrebbe essere lì. Devo andare a mettere giù un po' di roba.
Much as I'm eager to explore the universe, there's nothing quite like the feeling of returning home.
Allora, qui abbiamo le risorse, ok. Allora, risorse, metti giù tutto. Poi, armi. Mettiamo giù tutta questa roba qua. No. Cos'è sta roba? Ah no, niente, giusto. Allora, io adesso ho un inventario ancora troppo... Un po' troppo, quindi mettiamo giù un po' di roba. Munizioni, note varie. Dono di impegno di Sara. Possiamo anche mettere via. Ah, questo ce lo dobbiamo tenere. Pianta grassa, pallone da calcio, palla da basket. Ok, avevo un po' di roba che pesava. Non so perché ho 127. Boh, probabilmente per via delle armi. Che pesano un bel po'. Ah, che tra l'altro ho sbagliato, non dovevo metterle qui, ma dovevo metterle qua, perché ho qui tutta la roba. Vabbè, fa niente. Va bene ragazzi, io direi che per questa puntata siamo a posto. Prendiamo delle missioni, se ci sono, non ce n'è, perfetto. E vi ringrazio anche per questa puntata di essere stati qui con noi, e domani andiamo avanti con questa super missione molto figa e ci porterà su tanti altri posti, a quanto ho capito. Quindi ciao da di tutto un tubo, ci vediamo a domani. Ciao a tutti, ciao 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 ciao.